The quiet suburbs north of Minneapolis, usually known for their tranquility and sense of safety, were shattered by a wave of violence early this morning, June 14, 2025, sending shockwaves through the entire community and beyond. In a stunning and deeply troubling development, two prominent Democratic lawmakers and their spouses were targeted in what authorities are calling coordinated, politically motivated attacks. In Brooklyn Park, Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark were tragically shot and killed inside their own home, a place that should have been a sanctuary. Just a few miles away, State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette were also attacked in their residence. Both survived, but only after undergoing emergency surgery, and their conditions remain closely monitored. The timeline of events reveals a chilling, calculated effort. The first attack in Champlin prompted a welfare check on Hortman, which led police to her home, where they confronted the armed suspect. The assailant exchanged gunfire with officers before fleeing the scene, leaving behind a community gripped by fear and law enforcement agencies on the highest alert. Governor Walz, addressing the public at a press conference, labeled the shootings as politically motivated assassinations. He emphasized the urgent need to protect public servants and restore a sense of security. Minnesota now faces an unprecedented act of political violence, leaving residents mourning, leaders on edge, and the state searching for answers in the aftermath of this tragedy. Authorities have identified the suspect as 57-year-old Vance Luther Bolter of Green Isle, Minnesota. A massive manhunt is underway, involving local police, SWAT, and federal agents. Bolter allegedly impersonated a police officer, complete with uniform, badge, and a fake squad car, to gain access to his victims' homes. After exchanging fire with police, he abandoned his vehicle and vanished into the night, triggering a shelter-in-place order. Residents are warned, do not open your door to a lone officer, verify their identity. Bolter previously served on the Governor's Workforce Development Council, adding complexity to the investigation. Authorities are racing to find him before he strikes again. Evidence from Bolter's abandoned car reveals a manifesto and a hit list of over 50 names, including lawmakers and activists. The attacks were not random, but part of a larger politically motivated campaign. Flyers for anti-Trump No Kings protests were also found, prompting organizers to cancel events out of safety concerns. The violence has cast a chilling effect on public discourse, forcing even peaceful activists to retreat. Federal agencies, including the FBI, are now involved, analyzing the manifesto and digital evidence. Investigators are working to determine if Bolter acted alone and to protect those named on his list. The priority: prevent further violence and understand the path to his radicalization. Melissa Hortman was a pillar of Minnesota's legislature, serving as Speaker and inspiring countless colleagues with her vision and integrity. She was a driving force in championing police reform after George Floyd's death, leading difficult conversations and pushing for meaningful change in the state. Her leadership, courage, and dedication to justice left a lasting mark on Minnesota, shaping the future of its laws and the lives of its people. Melissa was also a devoted wife and mother. She and her husband Mark are survived by two children who were the center of her world. Senator John Hoffman, a strong advocate for education and healthcare, survived the attack with his wife Yvette by his side, showing remarkable resilience. Though he faces a long and challenging recovery, the community stands with him and his family during this difficult time. The entire legislative community is in shock and mourning, struggling to process the tragedy that has shaken the heart of Minnesota's government. In response, all state lawmakers are now under protective custody, as security has been heightened throughout the Capitol. The Capitol, once bustling with debate and collaboration, is now shadowed by grief and fear, its halls quieter than ever before. Colleagues across party lines have come together to mourn Hortman's loss and support the Hoffmans, united in sorrow and solidarity. Governor Walz remembered Hortman as a brilliant leader, a tireless advocate, and a dear friend whose absence will be deeply felt. Her legacy is one of strength, compassion, and unwavering public service, a legacy that will continue to inspire Minnesotans for generations to come. The response has been swift and unified, echoing from the halls of the Minnesota Capitol and resonating across the nation. At the White House, the gravity of the situation was clear. President Trump and former President Biden both issued strong statements condemning the attacks, calling for an immediate end to political violence and urging Americans to come together in this difficult moment. Leaders from both parties, including Minnesota's Republican and Democratic officials, expressed deep sorrow and unwavering solidarity. Governor Walz, visibly moved, urged the public to avoid rallies and large gatherings until the suspect is caught, emphasizing that safety must be the top priority. The shootings serve as a brutal reminder of the dangers that unchecked political polarization can bring. Yet the bipartisan condemnation offers hope for renewed civil debate, mutual respect, and a more united future. The challenge now is to turn this moment of unity into lasting action and meaningful change. Only by working together can we ensure this tragedy leads to a safer, more resilient democracy. As Minnesota mourns, its commitment to public service and the well-being of its people endures stronger than ever.